Today's video is a braid out and chat. I'm going to talk about my transition from Texas to Ohio, some of the realities of moving, and just where the conversation takes us about where I am in life. Now, I'm about a week past my last wash and braid out, but today's braid out is due to the fact that later on in the day, I have a hair appointment. I'm actually working with a trainee to have a retighten. So here we are. And I did braid my entire head, and I did a 2-strand twist on the front section and then incorporated them into the braids. Now, one of the things, because I've been working in my field for 20 plus years, I was ready to move beyond the director's level. I was looking for another position in higher education and found one. And one of the things about working in higher education leadership is you get to a point where, and of course you'll have to check every institution's website and HR to see at what level would they assist with relocation. So that was a part of my package, to have the institution pay relocation. And one of the things that I think people don't talk about a lot is that for some positions you could even negotiate for bonuses just to sign on. Absolutely. Especially when they are clear on the value that you can bring to their institution. And of course you have to articulate that in your interview, in your cover letter, in your resume. That might be an option for negotiation. And so that was a part of my package, the relocation and a bonus. And I think my negotiation skills are fair. And of course I was prepared to negotiate by my sisterhood circle. If you don't have a sisterhood circle, particularly if you are a Black woman, a woman of color, in your professional field, in life, I would suggest having multiple sisterhood circles of influence and support of women from your same professional background and aspirations, from people who are very different professionals, different walks of life. You have multiple layers of sisterhood circles is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, my professional / personal sisterhood circle, one of them prepared me well for negotiation, to estimate how much it would cost to move as far as I did, because from Texas to Ohio, where I am, it's a 16-hour move. And so I was prepared. I knew how much it would cost approximately to get here. But one of the things that threw me off a little bit, that I was a bit unprepared for, and maybe this will help you as you implement your own plans to transition to a new job, maybe even a new location, the end of a lease term. Because in my mind, I thought, if I don't renew my lease, it'll be fine. I won't be responsible for months and months of expenses if I sign this new lease. And so I found a job right at the end of my lease term, and I was like, perfect timing, I got this. I would recommend that all of you, if you are renting, that you review your rental contract right now. Because in mine, what happened was this. If you are going to move out, they need 60 days notice. 60, not 30, 60 days written notice of your plans to relocate. And of course, in the interim, they give you multiple opportunities to sign a new lease. Let's say you're not certain of your start date to a new place, you haven't organized all of the moving yet, and you need to stay a little longer. If you are out of leasing agreement, per my contract, the lease will auto renew. My auto renew, because I had to spend a few days in the new month, was nearly double my rent. Double. So when you think about the bonus and travel expenses, that's a chunk. Double rent for 1 month. And of course, I've accumulated a decent amount of furniture over the past few years. And here's the rub about my actual physical moving house. To get everything on the truck, to get it to Ohio, and then store it, and then take it out and send it to my new address, cost a bit extra. Let's say the total amount for that was, let's say about 9 G's, give or take a little bit. And that was it. So it cost me extra because of the time that it took for the new place to process my advance for me to get it. Then I'm staying later in my apartment, which means double rent. And then I had to get my stuff moved, stored, unpacked, and delivered. Yeah, 9G is probably 9,500 altogether. And then let's talk about the search for rentals in this area. Okay, so I'm in a college town, and I was not prepared for the rental market here. I was so unprepared. Now, the good thing is that the rent is significantly less than what I was paying in Texas, significantly. And you may even get more space. But the condition of the houses on the market here and the rental properties, let's just say it's not what I was used to. And I understand that you have to adapt to a new place. They don't have to adapt to you. You embrace this new adventure with humility and respect for the culture that you come into, period. So right now, this is temporary housing because there was a gap between my move date in Texas and when I was able to move into or secure housing in Ohio. Now, let me tell you the fun part of this. The place that I found to rent was the third attempt at securing housing. The first one, I received a leasing agreement. 7 minutes later, I received notification from the real estate company that the owners of the property were in the midst of buying their own new house, and they decided to take this property off of the rental market so they could sell it. And it is currently. That's true. It's when I go to Zillow, I see it. Yeah. That was a shock, and it made me feel really just wildly just perplexed and insecure and not knowing about the future of housing here. The rental company reassured me at that point that they had another property that they think I would really like, and they were going to talk to the owners and arrange to take the property on as a rental. So they told me the address. I looked up the pictures. This house was magical, enchanted, beautiful in every way. It was everything that I could have hoped for. Well, the basement was ugly. It was almost everything that I could have hoped for. And I was really excited about it. And as I was attending my going away party at my previous institution, I get a call from the agent to tell me how disappointed and embarrassed they were that the owners of this second property decided to rent to friends. What? So we had a plan together. Lease is not signed yet, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, they decide, oh, we're leasing this to our friends. If that doesn't sound suspicious, I just don't know what does. It makes me wonder how much information property management companies release about you to property owners. Because this one was odd. This one was odd. And I have to say, I felt very unwelcome at that point. Just felt really ugly. That's part one. It looks like my battery is dying. And we'll probably have to continue. And I'll tell you about how I landed at the place I'm actually moving to and those twists and turns. So if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a video. If you enjoy hair content, Sisterlocks in particular, I'll leave a playlist for you right here. Thanks. See you next time.